we thought that the afternoon game was a one-sided game with a big result favoring one team. The evening game said, hold my beer. That's right. Delhi has lost by a massive 91 runs. That's right. I'll say it again just in case you think the sound is messed up. Delhi has lost by 91 runs. That's right. Skittled out for 117 in the 18th over. They just never were in the game. Chennai scored 208 and it really looked like it was just all going in their favor. Besides the Chennai team, the only person for whom one thing has gone his way in this game is Michael Vaughan, because his power play prediction came right. Delhi got 59 in the power play, perhaps the only time that Delhi would have thought they're in it. But Michael, congratulations. You are the Cricbuzz Live second innings power play guessing champion.
Just congratulating my team, my think tank down here. Yeah. It's a miracle.
By the way, for people who have no context what you're doing, they just
my little minions down.
There you go. That's
they
it.
advise me.
Yeah, there you go. The minions who after sunset turned into the Ginians. But yeah, they did well. But Delhi, you can't say Delhi did well at all today because that was just a train wreck.
Yeah, it's that must-win stage of the tournament for a team like Delhi. They had to try and get the kind of combinations right. Winning the toss and bowling, you felt was an advantage with the dew coming into play. But that opening partnership for Chennai, from there on in, it's been a one-way kind of road that Chennai have played great. They've not had to play unbelievable to beat Delhi. Delhi just looked like a side that has had a huge amount of difficulties with COVID, injuries, and that's now transcended into their performances on the pitch.
As you can see, the sun's shining on Michael Vaughan. Polly, the sun's shining on MS Dhoni in Chennai. A little late in the day, but it's shining.
Yeah, I suppose it's got to shine rather later than never. But yeah, they have been a really good run of it, and they seem to have just hit their straps. They seem to get their combinations right, and they seem to be playing fearless cricket because they can do. They're out of it. They can just back themselves and actually enjoy the experience. And I think obviously MS Dhoni at the helm makes a difference. A lot of people will talk about captaincy, and a lot of people think they can do the job, but there's more to it than meets the eye. And he just shows how calm he is, Dhoni, and how easy it is for him with all that experience he's got at the captaincy level to pick the right bowling changes and put the fielders where he feels is best. And you can just see the calm aura that has gone over the side.
Yeah. You just end up thinking that, Michael, Chennai fans can think, what if? What if this change had been made slightly earlier? What if? Because like you've seen today, this team, yes, at the auction, you thought, all right, maybe they aren't as future ready as you're thinking, or maybe not as present ready as some of the other teams. But this team now in a few games has shown that when they hit their straps, they've got more than enough people who put their hand up and get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to really have a pop at Jadeja at all because he's a fantastic cricketer. But
no, I think I'm having a pop at Dhoni when I do that as well because he's the one who handed the captaincy over.
No, he did, but the MS Dhoni facts has been evident in this year's IPL of how good he is in terms of a leader. Because what he's done in the last few games, he's got the captaincy back and he's made Chennai look like a really good side once again. Before that, they were really struggling. They didn't look like they had many combinations. Didn't look like they had, their angles covered in the field. They didn't win crucial moments in the game, which has been what Chennai has been built on for many, many years. Since MS has got back, and you mentioned it. I mean, I don't think they've got the best squad of players. I don't think they have. There's other teams with better players this year. But MS Dhoni, if he'd a captain from the start, you just don't know. I mean, it's like Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United those last few years. They did so well with a decent side, but because of Alex Ferguson, he dragged them into becoming a very good side. And then you take that away, and you take MS Dhoni away from Chennai, it's a huge void. And now you've seen him back, he's like, they look like a good side once again. I think he has such a sway on all the players within that team and that kind of franchise. No surprise that they've suddenly started to play some good cricket.
Yeah, and they played some brilliant cricket today. They put 208 on the board, and it's quite a formidable Delhi batting lineup, but they just had them on the ropes. So you have a look at what the bowlers did for them, and you know, pretty much everyone's had a good day, which you will when you get the team out for 117. Everyone's going to end up having a good day. Dwayne Bravo, yeah, you may look at that and say, 9 and over, but that's what he does. But he gets you the wickets. I mean, he's got you the wickets in the end, but still, he has them. Tikshana, you have Simarjeet Singh. You just had to use the 5 bowlers today. Didn't have to use his, Shivam Dubey option or, go to anybody else. And he just got that done. And for Delhi, if you have a quick look at their batting, you see nobody really got going. You needed somebody to be there, somebody to be the glue. Yes, we spoke about the Warner decision in the Combox, and you're allowed to sit on the fence for that forever. But, the digital rendition said what the digital rendition said. And that means he's out for 19. The top scorer, Mitchell Marsh, 25. A few fireworks in the end from Shardul Thakur. But, Ollie, they really have to recover from this, because this is a 91-run loss. Is almost like an innings defeat, right? This is a body blow.
Yeah, they've had enough body blows throughout the tournament, so this is another one to go on top of it. And when James Hopes was having an interview, you actually started to feel sorry for them. When you're never quite aware exactly what's going on in the camp, but it's obviously been a tough time, and stuck in your room is never a nice place to be. But I mean, in many ways, after the power play, I mean, Vaughan predicted a high power play, and he got it right. They were in there with a chance. And there is a bit of a calculation and a way to play that you've got to try and obviously keep up with the rate, but eliminate as much of the risk as you possibly can. But in the games, the key is when you're chasing these big scores is to go down as deep as you possibly can. I mean, if Powell walks in and you need 60 or 30 balls, the game is on. But when he walks in the 8th over with so much to do, you're just thinking someone's going to offer up an opportunity. So the start there was better than Chennai's. It just went awry when those 3 wickets fell in short succession. Otherwise, they would have probably given themselves a chance. But they have to try and put all this up behind it. I don't think it's really worth analysing too much. They have to try and keep a positive frame of mind, because it is a matter of basically win 3 games. And you can squeak in, and that's just got to be so. So sometimes focusing on the negatives at this stage of the tournament might not be the best thing to do.
Let's have a look at the points table now, and then you'll see what it is for Delhi, how it's lined up. They have to win the 3 games that they have, because they are kind of stranded here at 10 points. And look at their net run rate. You're looking at it and saying plus 0.15. It was, I think, at somewhere near 0.7.
Plus 6.4.
Plus 6.4? There you go.
6.4, yeah.
So that it's come crashing down half a point. That's what a 91-run loss will do to you. It's come crashing down half a point. It was looking... Till before this game, we were talking, because nobody thought this Delhi team could lose by this margin. You were thinking that doesn't matter if they're tied on points, the net run rate's looking good. Suddenly, the net run rate's not looking that good. But, the tournament is such that besides Rajasthan and Lucknow, nobody's net run rate is looking that fancy. So, they're still in it. They're still in it. They can be there. But as Paulie just said, they have to win the next 3 games. That's just a non-negotiable for them. For Chennai, Chennai can just have some fun, right? Chennai can just continue to have some fun. They, I think, are playing Gujarat at one point in time. And Gujarat will not want to play these guys anymore. They're playing Lucknow as well. So both those table toppers, Michael, are suddenly looking at this yellow fever that's spreading through the tournament.
Yeah, they're the team you don't want to play. I mean, they've kind of got the mojo going. They're just going to have a right good go. So not easy to play against those sides with that kind of mentality, and with MS Dhoni back, obviously, as captain. You look at those 2 teams at the top have got to play them. They've already got enough in the tank, but they'd want to finish in the top 2 spots. That's why I just see the RCB team maybe just sneaking up there and ending up in those top 2 spots. That looks a big game to me. Rajasthan versus Delhi. That's going to be a big contest. Delhi are obviously going to have to beat Rajasthan. They've got to win the last 3. If they do, Rajasthan could start thinking that they might get dragged into that pocket of 14. I mean, it's hard to win an IPL game, even when you're playing teams down at the bottom, because throughout the team, every player's playing for contracts, desperate to stay in the franchise, desperate to earn huge amounts of money. So I don't think, like some other, like Vitality Blast here in the UK, Big Bash in Australia, when teams start losing, they very rarely have a huge amount of motivation to get winning.
Yeah.
Because individuals like kind of throw the toys out the pram, think, oh, can't be bothered. Whereas in the IPL, I don't think you get that. I don't think there are any easy games. Even when you're playing Mumbai now, who may throw in one or two youngsters, those youngsters will be very, very talented and be desperate to perform. So it's not as easy as just saying, oh, you're playing the teams down the bottom, you'll get a victory, as we've seen from Chennai, as we may see from Mumbai, as we might see from KKR. It might just free the spirits of those players in the side to be very, very dangerous.
Delhi will be hoping, even if they win against Rajasthan and Punjab, that Mumbai are not too free-spirited, because that's, I think, the second last game of the league on the very last day. So I'm telling you, it's going to come down to that. That game is going to decide. That day is going to decide one spot. Delhi, I'm calling it. It's 2 weeks from today. It's going to happen.
You're looking into your crystal ball, eh?
Okay. I don't end up getting predictions right after sunset, but yeah, usually. But let's see. Maybe they can make it happen. It's not looking good for Delhi, as we said. It's also not looking good for Hyderabad. Polly, let's have a quick look at them, because they won 5 in a row. Now they've lost 4 in a row. And somehow they are feeling and looking a little confused and rudderless as well at this point.
Yeah, I think the big blow has been Williamson. I mean, I know he didn't even get a chance to hit the bat on ball today. But, those kind of starts, you saw what happened today with Chennai. I mean, you've had 3 decent partnerships, and all of a sudden they go to victories at a canter, because you lay the foundation at the top of the order, and it really makes life so much easier for you. So I think his performance, if they are to get a chance, if they are to go on the positive run, they've been on 2 big negative ones, 1 big positive run. If they are to, it's going to be down to the performance of Williamson. I think he's going to be key to getting big runs at a decent strike rate, unlike what we've seen from him so far. But they are also calling all pockets with the injuries. They need to get some of their bowling personnel. Natarajan, I think he's vital. Get him fit, get him back into the mix. But yeah, they've almost got more questions than answers at this stage, and that's a dangerous place to be at the back end of the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know how they can. If they lose another one, that's pretty much goodbye for their chances as well. So they'll be looking at that and saying, things are not looking so juicy for the Orange Army anymore. Anyway, let's come back to the game that's been played right now, the night game that's been played. And we have the Omnigel Relief and Recovery performer of the match. Omnigel, India's #1 pain recovery gel brand. It not only gives quick relief, but also recovery from pain. No dud for fans. Moeen Ali. It's Brother Mo, Michael. It's Brother Mo. 4 overs, 13 runs, 3 wickets, 16 dots. That's insanity.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think Devon Conway, or Convoy, as you call him, I think he might feel like he needed a bit of that gel as well. I think he deserves some of the gel.
Yeah.
He put the score on the board, and Mo bowled nicely, but it was almost pretty much done by the time. Now, he got the key wicket at Mitchell Marsh. It was a wrist bowling Mo into Mitchell Marsh. He likes whacking the off, and he towed one down.
Punt as well.
Yeah, and he got rehab as well. So he got key wickets. Mo's a joy. He always is. The way he plays the game, he makes it look very, very easy. Very simple performer is Mo. Enjoy watching him.
Yeah, Paulie, he's done it 2 games in a row now with the ball, and he can do it a lot with the bat. We've seen that for Chennai before. That's what I'm saying. These last 3 games for them get even more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's been his bowling that's really impressed at the back end here. I mean, in the last RPL, they weren't scared of throwing him in at number 3 or 4 to go and have a whack at the top of the order. But he doesn't seem to have that trust at this stage. But as Michael said, there was the massive moment was when he came on, and you just think to yourself, oh, this is a risky one. Can he hold his nerve? Is it going to work nicely? And picks up that wicket, and then later gets rid of punt. And I think those were the 2 big body blows. Once that was done, the game was finished.
Yeah. So that's Moeen Ali, our Omnigel Relief and Recovery performer of the match. He ensured that there was no dud at all for Chennai fans. 4 overs, giving just 13 runs and picking up 3 wickets. Well, it's 2 teams that are playing tomorrow. Let's have a look at the teams playing tomorrow, because seem to be walking the plank a little bit. Yes, it's a bit of walking the plank. Show the graphic. Yeah, come on. Fall asleep, man. Fall asleep. All right, I'll do it. Just sorry, go back to sleep. Mumbai and Kolkata. It's two teams that are walking the plank tomorrow. But really, for Mumbai, Michael, Mumbai must be still kind of excited and celebrating and hungover from the win a few days ago to pluck that out of nowhere against the mighty Gujarat team. They'll be very excited. And on the other hand, Calcutta is taking like negative confidence into this game after what's happened to them in the previous game, getting shunted for 100 odd.
Yeah, I mean, Mumbai finally, that combination, Ishan and Rohit, worked for them. They've just not found any kind of form. Two wonderful players, not really looked in any kind of rhythm at all at the middle, but they found a little bit in the last game. Tim David's the baffling one for me, that he's not played throughout the whole of the IPL. He's probably up there with the best strikers of a ball from that 6-7 region in T20 cricket. He's done it quite regularly across the globe over the last year or so. So I'm surprised with the way that they've used him. He had a nice night out in the last game. I just wonder whether they'll play a few youngsters and try a few of these young talented players out. Will Kieran Pollard play? I mean, and is he undroppable? Yeah. You've been in the camp. Has he got a contract that says he plays every game? or are they allowed to say to
Ollie, come on. I don't know. I think Polly is an NDA. Can you tell us? Can you tell us? Come on, Polly. Come on.
I'll just tell you that, because I was there in the first year and part of the establishment and basically laid things out, there just has to be a Polly in the team at all times. That's the golden rule. So if you find someone else who's got a name that can be narrowed down to Polly, then they can play in his place. But I think that the hardest thing in this game is going to be the team meeting for Mumbai Indians, trying to work out who they're going to be playing against with KKR, because it's been such a mix and match and so many changes. They won't be able to plan anything. They'll just have to rock up on the day and see what KKR come up with. And what combination they're against. But as far as KKR are going, in many ways, that they call in all pockets. I don't know whether it's going to be gut feel or whether Brendan McCullum's just upset with a few guys in the way they've approached things and maybe needs to sort of make some changes to teach them a lesson or whatever it may be. But KKR really have looked, their performances have been average, but just the way they've come out and who could possibly be the one that turns it around? I mean, who could? It doesn't look like there's anyone likely to do it at this stage.
Yeah, it's you're absolutely right. By the way, Polly's coming up with one zinger after the other today. Look at him, huh? Coming past the nose, real 100 miles per hour past the nose. Well done. But there's watching Pollard bat last time. Yes, just as a Pollard fan, that was an uncomfortable 14 balls to watch for sure. He just got 4, yes. He bowled an over, got a couple of wickets. I think he bowled 2. He bowled 2 overs. Yeah, he bowled 2 overs. But Mumbai doesn't need Pollard the bowler. They need Pollard the batter. And especially after they're getting what they're getting from Tim David, it just, the contrast looks just really stark. Okay, the Calcutta team then. Let's have a look at that. It's a winning team, Mumbai, so I doubt if they'll make any changes. If they make that one, we'll see. But for Knight Riders, it's just anybody's guess, right, Wani? Do you want to try?
I can't be bothered. I mean, who's going to try and pick the KKR team? I mean, they change it every game. You've no idea what the batting lineup's going to be. I mean, the trial and error, can they throw in a few young players? Pat Cummins, is he going to get a game? Southey, I've no idea which way they'll go. One thing's right, if you look at the Calcutta squad, if you can say to me, of all that squad, which of the individuals are in form, I'm not too sure they have any. Usually when teams are losing, there's 1 or 2, 3 players that are playing okay, but the teams are losing. But I don't know any of those players. I'm looking, I mean, Dre Russ has hit a few balls, but you can't.
Noreen's been good. Noreen's been really good. I mean,
Noreen's been great with the ball for sure. Yeah,
he's been economical, but he's not really been getting the amount of wickets. But because he's not been defending anything. So Noreen's been bowling nice, but you expect that from him. I don't really look at that squad and think, any of them are in any kind of form. So you can understand actually why they're swapping and changing. They're desperately trying to find combinations, and they really will be picking a side tomorrow on hope. It won't be on structure. It won't be on, we think this is going to happen. It'll be purely on hope that they can get it right tomorrow evening.
Well, I mean, doesn't the whole world approach Mondays with hope? Yeah.
Yeah.
So can't blame the Knight Riders. They're approaching it with hope as well. But when you look at that squad, it's such an interesting conversation the two of you had about Pollard being undroppable. For the Knight Riders, nobody's undroppable because look at that. Two of their retentions are on the bench. Doesn't happen with any team. Your retentions usually are undroppable. But both Varun Chakravarti and Venkatesh Iyer, one of their, two of their 4 retentions dropped. Pat Cummins, world beater, Australia Test captain, went after him in the auction, dropped. Umesh Yadav started on fire, dropped. Ajinkya Rahane played the first few games, dropped. Sorry, Umesh Yadav is injured, so he's not in. Sam Billings dropped. Sheldon Jackson dropped. But look at some of the big names. Like for me, it's just, yeah, you're right. I guess with these guys, you're like, all right, maybe drop a little less. And with Mumbai, maybe just nudge them in one direction. All right, again, tough to do it with the Knight Riders tomorrow. I'll tell you, but it's not as tough as our joy factor questions are. Those get tougher and tougher. You can pick a Knight Riders team, but you can't pick the joy question. Yeah, show it. Bring it on the screen. Bring it. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. Yeah. Which player has been part of the winning side in the Indian T20 League for 3 consecutive years with different teams? Guesses. Get your guesses in, gentlemen. Get them in.
I'm trying to think.
Don't think no more.
There you go. There you
Kern.
go.
It's Kern Sharma, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Chennai. He moved a bit and he took luck with him wherever he went. And can I tell you something? Do you know who Kern is currently with?
Tell us.
Is currently with RCB.
Yes. There you go.
Hashtag just saying.
Just saying.
You know something?
If RCB win this year, I think he can write his own check next year.
Yeah.
He'll be the most expensive player in the auction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you don't have to play. You just have to be in the squad. I don't know if he played, how many games he would have played for each of those teams.
$3 million, $4 million, $5 million.
He is. I mean, how much do you pay for Lady Luck, right? That's Lady Luck right there. But yeah, let's see if anybody got the correct answer in. I'm sure some people did. Let's see. Have a look. Ronak Jain, congratulations. Oh, he's an Arsenal fan. What do you say? Oh, things are looking good for Arsenal. Well done, Ronak. Congratulations. An Arsenal fan, and I don't know if you're a Bangalore fan as well, but there's a lot common between fans of both teams. But well done, Ronak. Congratulations to you. All right, that's all we have time for now. We're done. There's things to do. As you know, it's midnight in India, so I've got to go party because that's what I do. Michael's got a roast in the oven because, he's a family man. Polly's got, I think kids to go pick up. He's a family man as well, So they're going to, I'm just going to have a few drinks for you guys, right? All right? I'll do that.
Do.
That's fine. Okay. A big thank you to all of you. Big thank you to all our crew. Double-header weekends are never easy. So thank you being in the control room. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Big thank you to Michael Vaughan and Shaun Pollock. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for being here. And I'm Gaurav Kapur, and you were watching Cricbuzz Live. We'll see you tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Do join us then. Good night.